This video is all about successful doctors doing this one thing, and if you can get this right, it will set you up for a career of success. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Corey Frogley, co-founder and CEO of BlueIQ, a company I'm so proud of because it's helping doctors literally create the practice of their dreams. And today, after working with all of these successful doctors, we have found that there is a completely different mindset in these doctors that I want to share with you today. And if you can adopt this, oh my goodness, it's going to help you fast track what really took me about 10 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars of mentoring to really get to this state. The first principle I want to share with you is this concept of a job or a business. And a lot of our mentors talk about this. You've heard Tony Robbins talk about this. You've heard Jim Collins talk about this. You've heard Simon Sinek talk about this. This is one of those principles of a job or a business. If you've created a cash flow practice where it's very much dependent on you, if you try to pull away cash flow tanks, I've been there. I know what that's like. I couldn't go on vacation. My father, as many of you know, was a chiropractor, and I remember our family summer vacation. We would take 2 weeks off and go on a road trip, and I remember him doing that and just being so grumpy that he knew there was going to be no cash flow in the practice for those 2 weeks. And guys, that's a job, right? We've just built ourselves. We're self-employed, which that's a fantastic place to be, but it means that you have no freedom. You have to be there to generate cash flow. Again, if you're very happy in that state, stay there. I'm okay with that. If you want more, if you want freedom, if you want to be able to step away, and now, like a lot of our doctors managing practices from all around the country, and even some managing their practice from different countries, we have the secrets for you. Being able to create this shift of building a practice that is operating and running with or without you provides a scalable opportunity for you that is a cash flow process that I didn't even know existed when I first came out of school. But now, after 2 decades and working with practices and now teaching these principles and growing brands, this is a powerful concept of a business that allows you to step from a provider to a business owner. Now, that doesn't mean you have to step out of the provider role completely. You can still choose to be engaged with maybe certain patients. This concept of shifting from a job to a business owner is all built around a framework that we call your provider evolution. It's a provider evolution that will happen pretty naturally if you follow these growth principles. Evolution number 1 is mastering marketing. You have to really adopt these principles that draw attention to you. Now, I know, like me, a lot of you don't like drawing attention to yourself. You just want to be with patients and you just want to take care of them. But if your purpose is big enough and you want to change people's lives, you have to learn to tell your story. You have to learn to get your message out there, and video content like this is what you should be creating to help tell that story and creating attention to your brand, your way, your methodology of a healthcare system. Then, once you have enough demand, it moves into where you need team. Team members fit into systems and they sit in roles that produce products, and that's becoming an operator. When you can learn to master operations, we now have a job that's still scalable, meaning you can grow that job and create a lot of demand for that and make a lot of money. And quite frankly, a lot of providers are very happy there and stay there. Some of you are now ready to move to leader, and leader is now bringing on other providers. Now again, there's a framework for this. You've got to make sure you get this framework right. We have other videos that we can link back to this, specifically on adding a provider to the practice. But a leader now starts to buy back your time, but you don't actually get to disconnect from patient care until you've added at least 2 associates in the practice to sustain your growing income. We want to keep that growing. Step number 4 is what we call now high performer. High performer is where 50% of your time is now really spent working on the practice rather than being in the practice. This is where you've now empowered team members to be the steward of growth in their system, meaning if you're not there at the front desk, they still know what to do and how to take off. If you're not in the team meeting, we have an office lead that is running the team meeting. They're the steward of the team meeting. If we're not at the morning huddle, we actually have the established patient front desk team member running the morning huddle. We have team that have stepped in to become the stewards of the system, and that's what buys back your freedom to be able to step away, and that usually happens in the leader high performer state. As a high performer, you're still very connected to the practice, but you have some freedom. You can travel, you can be away from the practice while it's still operating. The next level is looking at expander. Expander is where we're now looking to scale the brand, open up more locations. Now again, this isn't for the faint of heart. This takes a tremendous amount of work, energy, blood, sweat, and tears, guys. But when you get there and start moving the needle on this, you actually unlock an incredible amount of value to your brand. No longer is it a 1-to-1 cash in, cash out ratio. It's like $1 in, $3 to $5 out valuation that you're getting on your brand. So understanding that mindset, do I want a job or do I really want a business? Where do I fit within this production evolution? And my last tip for you is really identifying now your skill set, because you went to school to learn how to become a provider, right? Deliver services to a patient, get incredible patient outcomes. But now you've got to shift your mindset. If you want to scale up that provider evolution, you actually have to master team training, skill set mastery. Each person that you're attracting to help you scale, what is the number one skill that they have to have? And can you train them to develop that skill? Or are you hiring them already with that skill? Or do you have access to training to get them to have skill mastery? When you can actually turn your attention from patient to team, the growing team scales to treat more patients. And that is the provider evolution. That is the secret to scale. And the better you get at this, the sky's the limit, guys, to the growth of your brand. So guys, if you like this kind of content, we actually have a pretty amazing opportunity for you that we call our cash flow blueprint. Not only will our success coaches sit down with you and analyze your numbers, they will show you exactly where you are in this provider evolution and show you 5 simple steps that if you focus on it will help you get to this next evolution to unlock your growth within your practice. So just simply click the link below, sign up for your cash flow blueprint. It's free, and we actually allow BlueIQ to run its amazing, powerful algorithms on your practice to unlock where your growth potential is. Click below. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.